And it's a brand new week.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
How's it going, friends? How are you? Welcome back to Football Therapy. Welcome back. Welcome to Football Therapy. With me, your host, Jan. I hope you're doing well. Genuinely, wholeheartedly, and yeah, really do hope that. I've got an eyelash in my eye. Welcome back to Chelsea News here on a Monday morning. It's still morning? It's still morning, just. Nearly afternoon. You'll almost certainly be watching this from Monday afternoon onwards to beyond. There might be someone in the year 2029 watching this thinking, why am I watching this? Hello to you. So Chelsea news. Malang Sarr finally going. Trippier telling Gallagher to go to Atletico Madrid, who have continued talks. London World, Rahman Osman writing about the things Enzo Maresca has changed on the Chelsea training pitch, which is really interesting, actually, being cited, aggregated and quoted all over the gaff. So why don't we just go straight to the article and find out what's going on there. So we're going to cover it all, guys. As always, thank you for joining me. Road to 200,000 subscribers, which is a wonderful, exhilarating, and thrilling experience for me as a content creator. So if you want to join the GOAT gang, the OG members will know what that means, then do subscribe to this channel, Football Therapy. Hit the bell if you choose to. And as always, I'll thank you for dropping a like, because apparently it does still help you out in the deep, dark abyss that is the YouTube algorithm. Algorithm. Said that with some swang. Alright, mate. First of all, Santi J. What's that journalist called? Oh, Santi Auna. Sorry, excuse me. A journalist, a European journalist, that says Malang Sarr is joining Lens. Medical within the next 48 hours, and this was published last night on the 21st. Finally, Malang Sarr, the centre-back, Chelsea got on a free transfer from Nice, I believe. A few other clubs wanted him. He wouldn't extend with Nice. He came to Chelsea. Why did he come to Chelsea? Because we have a big, illustrious brand? No, because we gave him over £100,000 a week. And he's been sitting on that for 3 years, maybe? Having a lovely old time. Well, maybe not having a lovely time. He's not trained with the first team for, a couple of years? It's quite sad, actually. He was utilised a little bit under Tuchel. He played centre-back and then actually was farmed out a little bit at left-back. Clearly, managers don't rate him to play in the Premier League. He played all right in the Premier League at times, I think. But yeah, no one, I think, massively will cry. I'm pleased he's finding a new club. He will definitely take a pay cut. And even with that, maybe Chelsea might be subsidising wages as well. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. But yeah, man, the Malang Sarr saga, apologies, is finally over. It's over. Malang Sarr season. Right then, Conor Gallagher. According to Diario As, I guess, the publication, this is coming from Cy Phillips on X, formerly known as Twitter. The former Athletic Madrid defender Kieran Trippier, of course, played for Tottenham, played for Atletico Madrid. He was awesome for Atletico. He was kind of like a massive catalyst in them winning their last La Liga title. And then, of course, sort of wanted to return to the Prem, got decent money at Newcastle and their new project. And, kept his England place, etc. So, he deserves respect for going to win there. He basically did what Harry Kane thought he'd do. Well, Harry Kane's like, if Kieran Trippier can go to Atletico Madrid and win a trophy and break the Tottenham curse, I'm easily and definitely going to do it at Bayern Munich. Anyway, Trippier has advised Chelsea midfielder Conor Gallagher to accept a move to Madrid during, of course, their time together at the Euros in Germany, the European Championships. Gallagher is rumoured to have asked Trippier about life under Diego Simeone. Which is really, really interesting. Presumably, Trippier had positive reports. How long was Trippier there for? 2 years max? He wasn't there for very long. I mean, he won the title. Obviously, he had a temporary ban, Trippier, when he was out there. And actually, in his absence, a title race started in La Liga because he was that important to the Madrid side. So yeah, you'd imagine Trippier would say all the best things. And look, man, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but Gallagher, I've said it before in recent videos, and hot dog, I'm gonna say it again. Gallagher's he's got Simeone written all over him, and it's not a derogatory thing to say. I just feel like he'd be the perfect player for Diego Simeone. That sort of high energy, combative, up and at him, never say die. I think he'd be great, and I think it'll be good for his career. I think he'd start for Atletico. I think he'd be a regular fixture in the Champions League, and therefore should maintain his place as an England international. And Madrid, bro. Like, people wondering why Kepa wants to go to Real Madrid and be a second choice, because probably just wants to live in Madrid and still get goodish money and be a sort of a bench Galactico or whatever. It's still okay. Like Conor, do you know what I mean? Like, he's got the beautiful girlfriend, he's got the conventional wag. Go and get her on the bit in Madrid in the sunshine, and have a nice time. Beautiful, beautiful sunshine, beautiful city, culture, food, and go and be like a sort of cult hero for Atletico Madrid. Again, reiterate and remind you, it's important I do that at this point of the video. I'm not saying we should sell Gallagher for sure, but if he's gonna go, and if, of course, Villa have pulled out now because they're signing or have already signed Amadou Onana, don't go to Tottenham, go to Atletico Madrid. Simple as, and if Trippier's telling him to go, the only thing is, of course, is the finances. Can Atleti afford Conor Gallagher? Probably not, but there's reports suggesting that they feel like if they hold tight for a little bit, that Chelsea will sell to them later in the window. And they can be a little bit sneaky about it. So we'll see what happens with Conor. Also, Nico Williams, Fabrizio Romano on his streaming platform Playback yesterday reiterated that Chelsea do dream still of Nico Williams, who of course would be a massively high-profile signing, that final sort of winger they're looking for, but as things stand, the financial package too big, and they, quote, understand Barca has got a match point. Now, the player wants to go to Barca, fair enough, even though he probably wouldn't mind coming to the Prem, to a big club like Chelsea, with his mate on the left-hand side, Cucurella. It just doesn't touch Barcelona with Lamine Yamal, his close friend, on the other wing. Both start for Spain, both start for Barca. He's a Spanish international. It's Barcelona, I get it. But Barca are notoriously broke-alona. We don't know what's going on with their finances. To be honest, it's never really completely clear on how they're doing financially. So we'll see what happens there. Obviously, it'll be a really exciting signing. But again, my position remains the same. It's not worth breaking the entire wage structure. If a deal could be done with everyone happy with how much he's getting paid, and it's not ridiculous. It's a lot, but it's not ridiculous. Then yeah, make it so. Also as well, now he's won the Euros, and he was like amazing in the Euros, Nico Williams. Maybe that in isolation will make Chelsea players, teammates think, all right, he's worth a few quid. Because if he turned up with these massive wage demands of just playing for Athletic Bilbao, and that's it, and say Spain went out in the quarters, because they were fifth favourites to win the Euros, Spain. So they went out with the quarters about par for them in terms of the pre-season odds, or the pre-tournament odds, should I say. They'd be like, who the hell is this kid coming and getting paid, 200k a week? But if he's like, right, oh yeah, he's just won the European Championship, he's a bit of a superstar, Barcelona have been flying for him, he's come to Chelsea, all right, a bit more money than me, whatever, but it can't be like triple people's wages still. That's my thoughts on it. Alright then, we're going to hop over to London World by an article from Rahman Osman, journalist covering Chelsea. Good insight. He has written the following. Enzo Maresca will move his Chelsea team from Surrey to the United States this week as they step up their pre-season preparations. Chelsea will hope that the unwanted chaos caused by Enzo Fernandez's crass and downright stupid video mocking the heritage of France's black players was an honest mistake. They'll hope his apology, potential fine, and education on unconscious bias will be enough to calm tempers in the dressing room and refocus everyone as they prepare for what will be a pivotal season for the club. Yeah, that's true. We're hoping that he can learn, that players can accept his apology, and we can move forwards. We'll see what happens with that. A distraction like that was the last thing that new manager Enzo Maresca would have wanted, as he looked to quieten the noise generated by the club's transfer activities and the way they've hired and fired managers. Yeah, essentially Chelsea's always got noise. And here's some more noise, Enzo. Maresca, not Fernandes. London World sources, however, have said everyone at the club has been impressed with the way manager Maresca has handled his first few weeks. So, with that in mind, and ahead of what's expected to be a pivotal 2 weeks in the USA, here are three things sources have said about Maresca, what he's already changed at the club. So this should be insightful. So he's more hands-on with his training. One of the feel-good factors Maresca has introduced so far in his enjoyable training methods. Players have been allowed to train with the ball from the first day of pre-season. And we know, historically, guys, Chelsea managers haven't often done that. Conte didn't let you touch a ball for ages, and you just stood them, shadow positioning or play, whatever it's called, and doing loads of sprints. But he was like, right, you play football with a ball, we're going to have the ball immediately. And his possession-based football ideas have been well received. Even in the video shared on social media by the club, it's clear the Italian manager is not just talking and observing. He is actively participating in the training and is seen in the rondos. Sources have added that players have been impressed with his training methods and are even surprised by his energetic attitude since he took over from Pochettino's, which the players have liked so much. Interesting style of play. Christopher Nkunku has already admitted Chelsea will be playing good football this year. Woohoo! Finally. Well, yeah, we had some good football under Pochettino, but it was just chaos. There was just so much risk. The French forward was one of the players who disappointed massively last season. Well, he didn't play, he was injured. Despite promising a lot of pre-season in the United States, he scored 3 goals in America and showed enough to suggest he would be getting the Golden Boot, of course, yeah. The injuries. He didn't disappoint, the injuries disappointed. And then he scored 3 goals in the regular season, but from 3 starts, I think. Obviously, a lot of the goals, I think the goals he scored off the bench, incidentally, but 3 good goals from, I think, maybe 3 Premier League starts, And of course, last pre-season in America, he looked insane. The whole attack looked like it was being built around Nkunku. So if he's saying we're playing good football this season, then we can expect some seriously positive stuff from Nkunku. Let's move on. When asked about the playing style of the manager that he's trying to introduce, he said to the Chelsea website, "If everyone has the idea of the coach to play, we will produce good football this year." One of the challenges former manager Pochettino had at Chelsea was the fans did not take to his style of play. They also felt that players like Fernandes and Caicedo had another gear to go, and they hope that Maresca is the man who brings the best out of them. Sources at the club's training ground have said the style of football during training is already impressive, and fans will get their first glimpse of it, of course, on Wednesday when Chelsea take on Wrexham. And finally, coaching players here. One of the reasons, according to sources, which led to the sacking of Pochettino was that owners and the sporting directors felt the Argentinian was a bit hands-off and left a lot of the details to his assistant, Jesus Perez. This point has been somewhat emphasized in the way the club has deliberately put out on social media content. Chelsea want a manager who doesn't just coach a team, they want a manager who teaches the players football so that it can learn and reach their full potential. There was a video of the club's social media out where Maresca stops play to remind players they're taking too many touches, giving the ball away, and how they want to play. The short clip underlines the fact that he doesn't just coach the team, but he teaches them in the way he wants them to play football. Yeah, a lot of players as well, this is me speaking now, have said he gets involved. He plays the game. He gets involved. He marks. He blocks pass. If you see it, you've seen him when he marks players. He blocks passing lanes. He just passes, and he is involved and tells you this is what you need to do. Look at me, do this, which is massive, I think. Of course, lots of managers do that, but recently, we didn't get that with Potter. We didn't get that with Pochettino. So the fact how Maresca is doing that, I think, is a positive. When the new manager takes over the club, there's a push from everyone to impress and fight for their spot. Sources have said the first 2 weeks of training at Cobham has seen the players go all out to impress. Maresca will have tough days, and he will be measured against some of the greatest managers who have been in the seat he's now in. But the first 2 weeks of training go, as far as the first 2 weeks of training go, he's had a smooth takeoff, apart from the Enzo thing, and has been able to unite the squad, apart from Enzo, including those who were disappointed to be left out of the plans by former coach Pochettino. Yeah, this is one thing we're hearing from everyone, that it is and this is The Athletic, this is The Telegraph, London World, other publications, that everyone's really impressed with his training methods and they're excited. You've got Nkunku saying, look, if we play this football, it's going to be attractive football, it's going to be good, everything's going to be fun. We're all praying that in pre-season, if there is a dodgy pitch, we keep Nkunku and Lavia nowhere near it, just for, like, you know, the sheer... Just because of the PTSD, if anything, for the Chelsea fans. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. Look, I do think, no matter what people say and this and that, I think there's going to be strong parallels with Sarri because remember Sarri joined Chelsea and Napoli, and everyone's like, oh, the football, you know, systemic brilliance, but and then a lot of people got bored and frustrated. Whether that's because Chelsea weren't executing Sarri ball as we should do under Sarri or not, you could make your own case for that. People loved it, people hated it. But the truth is, no one was having heart attacks like we were under, say, Pochettino, but also Lampard to a degree. You know, the great thing is it won't necessarily be like Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea, where you just couldn't create chances against us because how we're shaped. I think it will be because we keep the ball. So it will be closer to Sarri ball because we keep the ball, and you know, that will sometimes mean we kill the... I've been very vocal on, it's not just about tiring out the opponent physically, it's about tiring them out mentally and preventing them from thinking we've got hope. So that might make games boring as a spectator, and it makes the opposition think, well, bugger this, we just can't do it. And then they'll drop, and then you score again, and maybe that boring 1-0 becomes a 2-0 in the 92nd minute or something. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. Whereas Pochettino, Chelsea could be 2-0 up against a team playing in a Pochettino side, and they'll always feel like they're in the game. And because of that, often they come back and draw or win. And that's when we had a really, really disappointing results last season in certain games. Because we always let the opposition feel like they're in the game. In theory, this Enzo Maresca style football should mitigate that or negate that, whatever the term would be. It would be like, okay, well, we just can't get the ball off them, and they're not letting us play a game of football here. And then Chelsea just are systemically better. Now, many people might think that's not good football in inverted commas, but hopefully, because we've got the ball a lot and we've got good players, we can still see good football and goals and clean sheets. Give me clean sheets. Anyway, interesting article there on London World. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. Thank you for joining me. There might be a video out later, of course. As soon as the big news drops, I will be here to react and take you through it and offer you my insight or opinion at least. But yes, thanks for liking and subscribing, and I hope to see you back here very soon. Peace.